Awesome. So I think we are just on time to get started. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another day with she. She builds, she owns, she invests, she is me. So now we want to hear what's she for you? What does that mean to you?
Who goes first?
Please.
What she means to me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, I mean, I have the same interest as you girls, like I'm a woman in real estate, it's hard, and I'm just trying to make it. I have made a lot of mistakes, all the mistakes in real estate that you can imagine. I did fix and flips, wholesaling, all the crazy stuff. So just learning a lot, and hopefully this will be a good year, coming. And I learned from my experiences. I did a five fix and flips last year, and it was a little crazy. So uh, I want to put that in my past and move on to multifamily and investing in real estate for long term. I don't recommend flipping right now. It's crazy.
Well, you're
Yeah.
in the right community. I'm pretty sure you're gonna get a lot of inspiration and a lot of just a good set of people here. So welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely looking forward to helping a lot of people this year too. Like I say, I sell pre-construction here in Miami, a lot of condominiums that people use for Airbnb and stuff like that. So yeah, that's another thing that you can add to your portfolio if you're looking to invest.
I love that. And Yoshi put in the chat that she is empowerment. I love to hear that. Thanks for sharing that. I love it. If you can't, I know some of you can't talk. I understand. Finishing up, that's what Rita's doing. So just stay in the chat. We can connect when you can. We understand. Yeah, just keep sharing your socials and how you want to connect with people. I love that.
All right, well, let's get it started. We have a full schedule today, and I'm super excited. Thank you so much for being here. So let me start sharing my screen. You guys can see, right?
Yes, we can.
Let's go. Okay. So the first part of our of tonight, we're gonna go over what are the hardest things that we have been through. And what is that? Why are we going through the sad part, right? We just want to go be over with that and just move on to exciting things. But here's why it's so important. When we were in difficult, think about the things that you were, hardships, challenges, barriers that you face, either through your life or last year. And when we were facing those times, we felt like there was nothing else. Like we didn't see the light on the tunnel. I'm personally gonna share how I felt for 1 year straight. I cried every single night for 1 year. I remember when I first moved in to this country 10 years ago, and everything was going off the track. I left the guy that I thought he was the love of my life back in Mexico. I came to this country, pretty much started all over again with all my degrees. um I didn't speak the language, so I had to go through a whole immigration process. It's not like you come here and it's like, yeah, welcome in. You can even get a license. So it was very hard for me. And just like I told you, I was crying every single day. And I remember telling my mom, like, I just want to go back. Like, this is not for me. This is awful. I'm not gonna be happy here. But guess what? Nobody told me that the best version of myself was crossing that bridge. Nobody told me, just hold on tight. It's gonna be okay. And you're gonna overcome that. So start thinking about all the things that at one point you felt like you were not gonna make it. This is not for me. And so the process, we're gonna do breakout sessions, so we start bonding with each other. I'm gonna give you 1 minute to start thinking on your own. take a moment to just think about how things been for you.
It
Well,
doesn't have to just be something as hard as what obviously Jasmine shared. So thank you for sharing that, Jasmine. It could just be something that you reflect on from 2023. Like, for example, this year I had a huge misalignment with my partner in my business. I had been a business partner with this gentleman for almost 3 years, and had merged my company with his company and thought everything was going well. And then when I was, with my massive capital family in Houston in August, um, he unfortunately decided to let my right hand person go, who was working with all my clients in the insurance business. So it was a huge situation that I had to pivot quickly from, and basically pull my client block and reevaluate the partnership, and call my employee who thought she didn't have a job anymore and say, no, you still have a job, and let's partner together, and you're important to me and my business, kind of thing. So just start to think back and even reflect on last quarter or earlier this year, and reflect on those things.
that's a great input, Candice, because it can be either personally, professionally, spiritually. So whatever you want to share, it can be a divorce, failed business, just a setback that we go through.
That was so great, ladies. So great to hear all your stories.
I'd love to hear some of them because most of my room was me talking. So I'd love to hear some other stories.
We
I'll
we we had a great conversation. Yoshi and Christina and Martis. Christina was sharing with her some of her struggles, having to have a W-2 and things. And I said, Brooke is your girl. You need to connect with her, because it took her a while before she could finally leave her W-2. And that was a huge announcement that she made earlier this year in 2023, and a success story from 2023. And so we just heard a lot of really great stories from the heart about hardships this year, unfortunately.
And I'm going to speak for my group too. Claudia Vargas, big shout out to you. Her and I let her really explain her partnership situation. And if you want to elaborate, and that was such a big takeaway, because all of us are looking to partner. All of us have been burned. But what was the word of the year? What is your word, Claudia? You said we picked a word for her, and then we also gave her some action steps to take in 2024. So what was your takeaway from our conversation today, Claudia?
Yes, Brooke, thank you so much. So my word was fresh. Like I feel like I took a lot, a lot of stuff away from, from last year, and from from a mistake that I kept making over and over. And this year, I'm just done with that. I don't want to keep doing the same thing. And also, um choosing better partners, making sure I know who I'm partnering with. That's a big, very important for me, because I made some bad choices in the past, but I also made some good ones. I don't want to say, because I really believe that if you want to grow, you need partners. You need it. So I cannot, just do everything on my own, definitely, because you need the right partners. So studying people, sharing time with people, like Bruce said, see how they treat other people. Do they invest in themselves? That's important, and that's my biggest takeaway right now. Thank you so much, Brooke.
The pleasure was all mine. Yeah.
Thanks. Where's everybody?
Maria, I think, yeah, sorry.
Okay. So this part I want to talk about. The next kind of section is where you're going to plan out your goals for 2024. So we have them kind of broken out into different categories. And this stuff you don't have to really do right now, but we're just do one. Personal relationships, personal health, professional, career, and then professional, like investments, spiritual, and then kind of love, self-love and healing, and then God and charity, if this is something you want to think about. And so if you have some goals, how long are they going to take? Like, the hardest thing is to really say, I want to either, lose 10 pounds and then just kind of not do anything with it. So we're going to give ourselves some checkpoints. So if it's going to take you a year to get to that goal, I know Jasmine's goal is maybe writing a book, hoping that that's coming. So I'm kind of putting that into the universe, hoping she'll have that on her goal. But then maybe there's a 6-month checkpoint that we kind of want to check in and say, if you haven't hit where you want to, that's okay. But let's break it down into more manageable goals than just having that one goal of writing a book. And then that last section is the thing that I must avoid to prevent sabotaging myself. So what is that thing in your way that is really going to sabotage yourself from getting that goal? And I know Brooke's going to talk about some of those sabotaging things. We can talk about that now. And while she's talking about that, if you wanted to kind of jot some things down, some goals, that would be great. Maybe at least one of them. And you can take a screenshot of this if you want to do it later too. So I'll pass it off to Brooke and then I'll circle back.
Thank you, babe. So when we got together, Jasmine, Maria, and all of us talking about self-sabotaging, there was so many ways that I wanted to go with this because we are all victims of doing this. However, when Jasmine shared a podcast that Ed Mylett just released, he truly consolidated, I think it was 6 different steps of main things that we really do that really hit it home for me. So I am going to reiterate those because it was really clean. So the first thing that people do to self-sabotage is they focus on the lack, right? They focus on what they don't have, what everybody else has. How come I don't have this? That kind of lack scarcity mindset. Stop doing that. Okay, because we are all energy. What you put out, what you think you are, that's what you will become. I know it may sound woo-woo, but that is the law of attraction. That is just the law of, putting out, getting back. It's science. Okay, so the first one again is focusing on the lack. Stop focusing on what you don't have and start focusing on how to get what you want. That's number 1. 2, they compare themselves. This is really bad, especially with women. Like, y'all, we compare our journey when we may just be on chapter 1 and that other person we're comparing ourselves to is like on chapter 12 or 15, right? You can't do that. So somebody that I kind of compare my journey to, and a big shout out to her, is Julie Roy, because Julie has, she lives off $1 million annual passive. And I'm like, okay, how did she do this? But she's, 7-8 years ahead of me. And I'm here, what am I going to do to take the steps to get to her chapter, to her level? So when I do compare to people, I see it as an inspiration. Look where this person is. That's where I want to strive to be. I'm going to spend time to them and emulate that, right? So 1, stop focusing on the lack. 2, don't compare yourself in a negative way ever. Don't be at the gym and be like, oh my God, she looks so great. Oh my God, and I feel so flabby, right? She's probably been doing it for 3 years. She might be a personal weight trainer. She's getting paid to look like that. So stop. What there's a saying, comparison is like kills all dreams. There's like the root of the dream killer. Stop. Okay. So let's go to the next one, right? Oh, by the way, on the comparison thing, you're comparing yourself to like social media, for example. You're comparing yourself to the filtered, sanitized social media look. You don't see the blood, sweat, and tears and the red tape that is holding everything together on the back end, y'all. You see take 32 after they have a face full of makeup and the hair's done and they're sucking it in and sticking it out. Oh my God, okay, did you get the good shot? Oh, no double chins. That's what y'all are getting. Stop. We are all victims of this. I want to see the realness, okay? So let me pause again. 1, they focus on the lack, they compare, and then the next one is they focus on things that they can't control. You can't control people. You can't control things. You can't control the person that cuts you off on the freeway, right? Don't get mad at things that you don't understand their situation. One thing that makes me laugh that I learned from Alex Lovely, I attend his Course in Miracles, is because so I can be very reactive and I try not to be that judgmental person. Like, why did this person effing cut me off? Hello, like I have a car space for a reason. And what Alex said was, Brooke, just pretend like they have to go number 2. They have to take a shit, Brooke. Think of them. Think of the situation they're in, right? And it makes me laugh because now I'm teaching my daughter how to drive. And when she gets, oh my God, I'm like, hey, you don't know, maybe they're going to the hospital. Maybe they're doing this. Maybe there's something that's going on, right? So don't focus on the things that you cannot control. You can't control the media. You can't control people acting crazy, but you can control how you respond to it and how you digest it. And if you find yourself getting hyphy, remove yourself from the situation, put some music on, put yourself mentally in a different place. Next, they get so easily discouraged. Oh my God, I lost this sale. Oh my God, I lost this big account. Oh my goodness, I can't lift this weight past, 20, 30 pounds. Get over yourself, okay? You are going to struggle. When you are trying to become better, you're going to struggle. You're going to fall. You're going to eat shit. You're going to bleed. You're going to cry. You're going to rock back and forth in the corner. The difference that you guys are going to do, you're going to wipe yourself off and you're not going to marinate in the negativity and the pissy wham-wham crybaby mentality because you're discouraged. Feel the feelings. This sucks. Man, what do I do now to overcome this? Feel it, move on. Don't marinate in it. Give yourself time and keep going. Next, they get too distracted on anything and everything. So whether it's social media, bad habits, oh my God, look at the new best thing. Like, know what you want in your life. What's your purpose? What's your goals? What's your vision? Anything that is not that, say no. No is a complete sentence, y'all. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to say, oh, well, I don't need to go to this event. Stop feeling obligated to show up to places that you don't want to be at, that do not accelerate, fulfill you, or make you happy, or propel you closer to your vision. Just stop, 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 stop. Next, they get a taste of success and then they pause. Oh, I'm feeling good right now. I'm getting a little bit of attention. Oh, I can ride this wave. They sit on their laurels. Don't do that. Just because you get a little taste of success, keep going. Ride the momentum, y'all, because the more successful you are, the more people that you can bring up with you, okay? So I'm gonna reiterate these tips really quick. So one, the biggest self-sabotaging is you focus on the lack. Stop focusing on the lack. Stop comparing yourself. Stop focusing on what you cannot control. Stop letting discouragement prohibit you from progressing. Keep moving forward. Stop getting distracted. And when you get a taste of success, ride the momentum, keep it going. And just remember, okay, the rearview mirror is smaller than the windshield, okay? If you keep looking back at the past, you're going to continue to repeat it. And then you're going to wonder why you can't move into the future, okay? So focus on your faith. Focus on your intentions, focus on your community, and surround yourself with people that are kicking ass like the She community, and you will all be fantastic. That's all.
That's so good, Brooke. And I want to share really quick one of the aha moments that I had with all this self-sabotaging. As some of you know, I do land as my full-time business. And all this time, I realized just this week that I've been sabotaging that business. Because one of the things that I say is like, oh, that business is just to pay the bills and, live the great life, and that's it. And I'm like, why am I sabotaging that business when it's been great, when it has the potential to, for me, it wouldn't be nice to invest $100,000 every month out of that business. It wouldn't be nice to, help all my family in Mexico. It wouldn't be nice to do all these great things. People are starving in the streets. Like, why am I just saying like, oh, this is just to pay the bills and, it's okay, just the minimum. And I have kind of like a structure where it's like for every land deal that I do, I have to make $15,000 minimum. So once I have that, I taste a little success like for the month. Okay, I'm good. Let's just, be playing around with life. And I'm like, what am I doing? So just wanted to share that, guys. It happens to everybody. Like, we're learning. That's one of my professional sabotages. What are yours? So I think we're gonna give 2 minutes, 1 minute for you guys to start writing down, or if you have it on your computer, start filling out this part, and then we're gonna go back to share with our friends in our breakout room. So silence time, I guess. It's okay to be a quiet time now. So
If you unshare, I can share my screen and then I'll give us some background music.
yes.
And kudos to anyone who can figure out which song it is, because it doesn't have lyrics.
All right. So hopefully you have at least one personal, one professional, and one spiritual goal that you can share with your friends. So I'm gonna start sending everybody to your breakout rooms now. Oh no, Brenda, did we lose you? What breakout room were you in?
I just got back on because I had lost signal. So wherever, it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm trying to pronounce your name. Is Dio or no?
Yeah, you're almost there.
What is it?
You're 85% there. Adedayo.
Dio. Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Hey, if you want to ask me questions, or they're on the channel, I'll put my link as well so you can connect with me. However you want to do it.
Hey,
Awesome. Welcome back. How were your rooms?
so many golden nuggets. Oh my goodness. Marta's shared a bunch of her personal goals for 2024 and some of her journey of 2023, and how she's reconnecting with her friends that they feel like she's neglected, her words. So she's already started working on that, and is going to continue in 2024 along with a bunch of other things. And then Christina was sharing her goals in trying to measure her customer service and those kinds of things at her work, and we shared some ideas on how we can help her with that in 2024. So that was a really great breakout. And then we didn't have time to go all through Yoshi's stuff, so.
And
Well,
I'm
maybe
going to jump.
when I'm mute.
I know. And I really want to share something that Carolyn Hart shared, that I think would impact and help everybody. So we were very grateful. We all went through, our personal, professional, and our spiritual. But one thing that Carolyn said that I think we should all be doing is when you're networking, you take a picture with people, because this is something I learned when I would do Chamber of Commerce at AT&T. And for her to bring this up, this is what she wants to expand and grow her network. She goes, when I meet people, I'm going to take a picture with them. I'm going to save their contacts. So when they call and text me, I know who they are. I have a little note. Hey, he has 2 kids. He's planning a wedding. That way, when that event is over, Carolyn is going to follow up with them and say, hey, it was such a pleasure. Good luck, with your daughter's wedding. Or, hey, I hope your daughter kicks butt in soccer. So that is a huge networking tip. And I personally use that tip. And it makes it so much easier to connect with people, because you don't want to reach out to people when you guys need something, right? So excellent job. Kudos to you, Carolyn. It was a great tip.
Also helps with holidays when you're finding something to say to someone. Some people I've been giving the task of making sure you're talking to your investors.
Thanks,
so
Maria.
you write that down.
Right.
You can always ask about it later. Not that, I have to segue back into capital raising, but always do. I want to go into something, and Jasmine, if you want to share your screen, you can. If not, that's fine too. So all of you had one goal, at least one, that you want for 2024. And I'd love for you guys, and half of you have your video on so I can see it. I'd love for you to close your eyes. I know half of you have them still open because I can still see your eyeballs. Okay, close your eyes, or even go off video so that I So it makes me pretend like you're actually closing your eyes. And I want you to picture just one of your goals. Just one of your goals. And I want it, let's pretend like it is December 19th, 2024, and you have already completed this goal, or all three of your goals, or all of your goals. What does that look like? Really, really give this picture in your mind a lot of detail. Who is standing next to you? Is there someone standing next to you? Are there people around you that maybe weren't in your life before, or maybe they were in your life and now they're not in your life? Who is next to you? Who's in your picture? Who's surrounding you? Maybe it's ladies from this group. Hopefully it is. What do you look like? Were some of your goals about your personal health? What do you look like? Really give this goal and this dream some great detail, down to making this picture look so incredibly real that it is exactly what you can picture in your mind. No matter what, when you go to think of your goal, that's what you think of. We give it so much detail. Really, what does it feel like? What's surrounding you? If you have a book that you wanted to write, is the book is next to you? What does the cover look like? If you want to wear a certain outfit, what is that outfit that you're wearing? If you have a goal to be a general partner on a deal, have that picture in your mind. What does that look like? With having people follow you, helping people create financial freedom, what does that look like? All right. I want you all to open your eyes slowly, come back to the video. So the reason I did that is because I want you guys to celebrate the fact that you can do this. You can get all of your goals in 2024 that you want to get. But sometimes what we do is we make these goals and we make them and then we quickly go away from them because we don't see the end first. We don't have the end in mind. We don't have that vision of, maybe for me, it's to lose 20 pounds, but I don't know what that looks like in my head. So I don't really care if I miss one day. Okay, well, that's fine. I didn't really picture it. But now you know what it feels like. You know what that dream looks like, what's surrounding you, who's there, and who's a part of that. And now if it doesn't happen, it's going to be that much harder. So you're going to try that much more to get to that point. And the reason we had the 6 month and the year is to break down your goals. You know what the end's going to look like, which is fantastic. But let's help ourselves out and let's kind of work backwards. If our goal is, and I keep using book because it's easy. If your goal is to write a book in a year, okay, well, you're not going to start day one with 325 pages. So let's break that down for ourselves. Let's break it down where we want to have 7 pages done in a week or 2 pages done in a week. And that will give you the time just in case you do fall off and you're not striving for your goals every day. If my goal is to lose a certain amount of weight, well, I'm not going to start by going to the gym 5 days a week. I like to pretend that I'm going to do that, but I'm not. So I've got to work backwards. So at 6 months, I'd like to be going to the gym 3 days a week, or I'd like to be working out 3 days a week. So I'm giving myself those little helpful checkpoints that are going to help you get to your goal. And you've seen it, and we can celebrate the fact that you've already accomplished it because you know what it looks like in your head. So use that to strive to get you to your goals because I want you to get there. I want you to. And you are part of this community of She, which is such a powerful group of really amazing women and some guys when they come in and they forget what kind of call this is. But this group is here to help, and we're all here to make sure that we're going to get those dreams, those goals in 2024. We're here to be that community for you, and I hope you see that, and I hope this is exciting for you. So that was my part. And I'm really glad that you all shared, and thank you for sharing your goals. And I can't wait to see you complete them.
I love that, Maria. That was amazing. That was my favorite part. And I'm
You had
I'm
to say
going to
that.
keep saying this on repeat. Guys, your success is not gonna take away my success. I want you guys, everybody, all of us, we need to crush our goals, and that doesn't do anything with me. My success is my success. You know, I was talking to a girl in the gym last night, and I was telling her, like, you just started coming. It's like 2 months that she started coming to the gym, and I'm like, you're already crushing it. Like, you look great. I can see the difference in your body. And then I was thinking, she's like, thank you so much for telling me. Usually you don't get that for a woman. And I'm like, well, we're different, right? But I was thinking, like, the fact that she looks great and she's putting the effort, what would I be jealous? Like, what would I, if I'm not putting the effort that she's putting? If anything, like, I just need to cherish her and understand that her success is not taking away mine, because I can also get the same results if I take the same action. So just wanted to wrap up with that, guys. So we're gonna go back to our breakout rooms really quick. This is just share how does that crushing that goal feels, and let's go back because we have some amazing announcements for the night.
Yeah, Jasmine, I was saying something great. Anyways, Rita, the hardest part.
We needed a longer breakout.
The hardest part was when I had to finish a statement. I'm sorry, guys. When I worked in the
Thank you, because I
hospital,
wanted to hear what you had to say.
the hardest thing was I was helping people at their lowest points. And when I left the hospital, now I get to help people for the rest of their lives, not just to get them out of the hospital, but helping them in creating financial freedom. And that was the biggest thing that got me out of healthcare, which I know not everyone can do that yet, Rita. But I see it and I'm really proud of you and I'm so excited for your goals. So welcome back, everyone. I had to finish my sentence. I'm so sorry. I took over that one, but I had to. It was necessary. So I'd love to know how everyone else did. Great. Okay, cool. I'm getting some nods, some happiness. Cool.
All right. Well, we have some gifts for you guys, and I'm gonna let Maria share some of them.
Yep. So I don't know if you guys remember when Brigitte Heller was here a few weeks ago. I think it was 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. I'm not sure. Anyways, she was here and she talked about how to be a podcast guest. And it was really difficult to be my first guest on a podcast. I didn't know what to say and I didn't know what to do. If this is something that you've wanted to do, she contacted me after being a guest and said that she saw the light in all of you women and wanted to help out as much as possible. So she is giving you $100 off of her podcast guest coaching call. She has a huge podcast. I think the next slide actually has her credentials on here, but she has done so much amazing work with podcast coaching and just how to be interviewed, how to be the perfect guest, and how to be able to really share your story in a way that comes across helpful for the listeners. So if you do want that, there is a link that will be sent out with the recording. And if you use the code SHE on the podcast, even if you go to her website, Strong and Capable, under podcast guest coaching, it is $100 off if you use SHE.
Awesome.
So that
for now, I just put her Instagram on the
perfect.
Yeah, and you will find all the links there. Also, if you didn't attend that webinar, you can always go replay it, and if that's something that you want to pursue, then go for it. She gave us that, so that's really good. Then the other one, I'm gonna be speaking at this event hosted by Julie Holly. It's a long story. I think we're just on time. I don't think I have time to share the whole story, but what I can tell you is that God gave me that stage. He called me to do this, and then once you stay true to yourself, when you stay firm on what you stand for, God is gonna deliver. So I'm super excited to be there. I'm just gonna tell you that I'm gonna leave my soul on that stage. I'm super excited. We're gonna be in a resort for 3 days. It's in Idaho, so I have 5 tickets at 50%, and right now it's early bird just for she. So if you're interested, the link is right there. There is a QR code. If you want to join me, that'll be amazing. not for me, but just for the events that Julie throws is gonna be an amazing event. So looking forward, and
I'm
one more.
excited. Julie Holly was on our stage a few months back. So she is fantastic, and just getting to hear her spirit and where she's been able to help out is just fantastic. And Jasmine, I am so excited for you. So if you guys aren't going, I'm going. So I'm
Well, and I
crying.
was just going to say, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho is beautiful. If you haven't ever been there, it's one of the most beautiful places on the planet.
It's gorgeous.
fantastic. So,
I second that. It is amazing. It's beautiful there.
beautiful.
Not just to hear Jasmine leave it all on the table. I'm so excited,
Go to
but
Coeur d'Alene.
there's gonna be some great scenery too. Sorry, Jasmine, go ahead.
No, that's it. I'll look forward to seeing you there. Last but not least, we have our merch. It's a good time to, for holidays gifts. So the link is in our webpage, but also I'm gonna put it on the chat really quick. And last but not least, hear me out here. This is important. Next week, well, that's the link. Next week, we have not Tony Robbins. I wish I tried, but we have one of his top elite coaches coming to give us a talk for 1 hour and a half. It's totally free for she. They usually don't give this talk. They are like, no, we cannot do that. And I'm like, please. Anyways, they gonna give us an amazing talk. It's gonna be pretty much like how to unleash our power set of 2024. I'm super excited. I have heard so many great things about the coach. It's just gonna be amazing. We're not gonna be able to register through our link. We need to register through their link. It's not gonna be recorded, so make sure you save the date, block your calendar. It's gonna be 1 hour and a half, January 2nd, which is like the first Monday of January. We are super excited, and we will be sharing all the links and all the information. And the other part that I want to share, this is gonna be open to the public. This is when we allow men to come in, because
The he that's next to the she.
Right. Yes. Invite.
So the he's can come. Just for this
everybody.
one.
Yes.
So Trevor will be there because he hates that he can't be here on Tuesdays. So bring anyone you want. It's going to be a huge, huge deal. And it is on Tuesday, January 2nd.
Yes. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much. Yes. Anything else, ladies? Thank you so much. We're over 5 minutes, but thank you. This was an amazing call. Hopefully you guys got value. And if you want to connect, reach out to any of us. We'd love to connect with you.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Candace and I are wearing our Christmas sweaters.
Yeah. Didn't get that one.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Safe.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.